Hi, happy Thursday. I'm Allegra, and I just wanted to sit down and capture some ideas in a bit of a video diary because it's a very dynamic time right now. I have a lot of new insights and inspiration and ideas surfacing, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to sit down and record it and not edit it and upload it and share it with you with hopes that it helps in some small way. So you may or may not have heard that I am going through a training right now to become a YouMap Master Trainer. What that means is that when I am done with my accreditation, which there's another couple of months left, I will be able to teach and train other coaches and people leaders how to use YouMap with your clients. So how to administer the YouMap assessment, how to debrief your clients on the YouMap assessment. And I'll be leading my own YouMap certification trainings. The first one's coming up in April of 2023. And as a result of my own training, which is currently happening, every week I go to class for a couple of hours and talk with my mentor. Her name is Kristen Sherry. She's actually the founder and designer of YouMap. It's just bringing up so much fresh thinking around the applications of this tool. So just to give you a little bit of kind of context, YouMap is an assessment. An assessment, learning how to use an assessment is different than learning how to coach, right? Coaching is a discipline. True masterful coaching involves practicing and learning and applying a vast number of skills that really improve upon over time and with experience. Active listening, inquiry and powerful questions, holding space, silence, knowing when and what to contribute into the coaching container. An assessment it's kind of like this really cool snapshot of a certain part and quality and characteristic of the client that you're working with, or with yourself if you're the one taking the assessment. And different assessments measure different things. Assessments are meant to be informative. They're not directive. They just reflect back to your client or to yourself language to describe and understand different aspects of who they are. And different assessments can measure different things. So for example, Myers-Briggs is a personality-based assessment. So when you take that assessment, you're given this information and this data and these letters and what these letters mean. And it gives you a sense of like your personality type. And then you can say, well, cool, now that I know this, how can I use it? What are the implications of kind of seeing these things and understanding myself in this way when it comes to the things I want to create and the life I want to live. There's an assessment called the Clifton Strengths Finder assessment. You can go take that now, and it will, based on the data, reflect back to you what your natural talents are. How do you like to do things? How do you like to get things done? You can then take the results of that assessment and say, cool, these are my natural talents. How can I use them as strengths in my work and in my life? YouMap is an assessment. One of the things that sets YouMap apart from other assessments is that instead of measuring just one variable, it measures 4. It measures your strengths. Actually, it uses the Clifton Strengths Finder assessment. So when you take your YouMap or when you administer a YouMap to your client, they're actually going to take the Clifton Strengths Finder assessment, and those results will be incorporated in their YouMap. It measures one's values. There's an assessment to capture one's motivating and burnout skills. And there's an assessment for personality, right? Personality-based interests using the Holland assessment, which has been around for a long time. So YouMap actually looks at 4 different variables, or sometimes we call them 4 pillars. So here, I've got this on my desk. Some of you may have seen this before. So again, there are lots of assessments out there. Most assessments measure one facet of a person. YouMap measures 4: strengths, values, skills, and personality-based interests. Why this is so cool, why I think it makes this particular assessment so valuable, particularly at the start of a coaching partnership, is that all 4 of those things are important to know about oneself to make well-informed, confident, self-aware decisions about the lives we want to lead, from the jobs that we choose, the career paths we go down, the relationships that we're in, our relationship to ourself, how we approach different parts of our life like health and wellness and grief. The applications, right? So again, YouMap measures these 4 variables. Understanding and bringing these 4 things into our coaching and into our own self-awareness, it's like it's like a mirror is held up and we're seeing all of the intricate details of the ways that we prefer to show up in our lives. The strengths and natural talents that we bring into things, the values that we have and how that sets our priorities, how we enjoy spending our time by using our motivating skills, and the interests and what inspires us based on our personality and our personality-based interests. All of those things are so important to take into consideration, not only for yourself, but also for the clients that you're going to work with. This is why I'm such a fan of using YouMap at the beginning of every coaching partnership, because not only does it start the relationship off with your client seeing more clearly and perhaps for the very first time what they're good at, what comes naturally to them, putting language to their values and their priorities, having confidence around the kinds of things they actually want to be spending their time doing versus the things that they might be good at but which burn them out, leaning into their personalities, their interests, what they find motivating. All of that stuff just creates this beautiful, it's like a compass that they now have moving forward in whatever it is that they want to, explore in their lives, but that you as their coach can now use to guide them even more effectively and impactfully and personally than if you didn't know that information about them. And what's coming up for me as I'm going through the training again, and again, as part of my training, I'm rediving again. I've been using YouMap for 3 years, so I have a lot of experience administering it, but it's neat kind of being back in the chair of student and really exploring like what are these things that are strengths and how can I introduce them to my client in a way that's going to lead to insight and deepen self-awareness and confidence. How do strengths work with values? Right? These 4 pillars that we're measuring, they don't stand alone. They're not siloed. They all blend together in really interesting ways. We use our strengths to live out our values, right? We want to spend our time, using energizing skills to express the things that we find interesting and motivating, right? If our strengths and our values inform us and our clients why and how we like to get things done, knowing our skills and our interests, operationalize those things, right? It makes it actionable. So the options and the opportunities and the insights and the application of this one tool are really I want to say endless. And as an ideator, as someone who loves coming up with ideas, it's one of my favorite parts of really leaning into wanting to teach and train you how to use this tool in your own coaching practice, because yes, I want to show you how to use it. I want to show you how to run the assessment and administer it, but also debrief your clients on their strengths, values, skills, and interest. But I'm really, really excited to also dig into those places of cool, what can you do with this now? What are some of the creative ways that you can now take this information you have and bring it into your coaching? Because again, this is an assessment. It is meant to complement and inform your coaching practice and the way that you show up for your clients. And I have loved using it in my practice. I continue to use it in my practice. In the last week, I have administered 2 YouMaps to 2 new clients who I'm working with, because I don't want to be on someone's team unless I know how it is that they like to work and what they need to do their best work. It makes me a better coach. It makes them more confident, kind of leaders of their own lives. And it's why I'm so excited to be becoming a YouMap trainer and to train you on how to use it in your own work. So that's what I've got today. Thanks for listening. I do have a training, the certification round that I'm running. It's going to start in April. I'm pretty close to announcing. I guess this could be a little announcement, but April 24th, it's going to be day 1 of cohort 1 of the upcoming YouMap training. You can learn more about it below. If you're not on the mailing list, that is where you want to be, because I'm sending all updates there. So the link below will take you there. You can also visit youmapwithallegra.com and just share your name and email there. You'll become part of my email community. And depending on when you're watching this, there is an info session on February 14th, 2023. And to get those details, you also want to be on my mailing list, because I'll be sending the Zoom link out and all the details that way. So feel free to share any comments or questions. I love talking about this stuff. So if there's anything I can offer to help, I am here. All right. Thanks for listening to my little video diary, my vlog. Talk to you soon.